Hello, everybody. Some housekeeping here before I start. Um, my name is Alexandra. We're going to talk today about inner critic. A few more moments here. My name is Alexandra. Okay, good. Now I can continue here. Okay, excellent. I'm happy to see you, to feel you, everyone who is here now and everyone who's going to listen to this recording later. Hello. Today we're going to talk about our inner critic. Our inner critic, what an interesting subject, isn't it? And just when you realize that you have this inner critic, when you give it a name, in that moment, this is already 80% of the work is done. When you give it a name, inner critic, and when you observe it, become an observer to that program that runs inside of you, you already in a winning position. My name is Alexandra Tarakanov. I am clinical hypnotherapist, quantum healing practitioner level 3. And today I will give you some strategies how to help your inner critic take a different role. What is our inner critic and how it is created? And most of you already know that, of course, we learn that behavior. This is something that is learned. And I ask some of you, if you noticed before joining this training, listen to your inner voice, listen to your inner dialogue, and what are those words and those phrases that you're telling to yourself? Just tune into that, a bit curiosity. What are they? How are they formed? And you notice that some of them are formed with the beginning of you are. You will never do that. You're stupid. You will never achieve that. You know you will always fail. And those when start with you clearly are implanted. They are not yours. Those are not realizations that you achieve. Those are exact phrases that you heard from someone before. When you were a child, when you were observing information without critical mind involved, and we know that every kid until age 7 or 8, we are very open. Our critical mind is not formed yet. So as sponges, we observe all the information as knowns. It's not like they're good or they're bad. They might feel unpleasant or they might feel wonderful, but those are known that we are not judging or criticizing. We're just accepting that about the world. So there was a moment when we accepted that we are that. And why this can happen? One reason is when we come into this world as a big soul with a big mission and a big purpose, and we have a huge character, it's very difficult to be an adult, to be a parent, a teacher of such a child. So in order to be able to control you, to give you education as we want to shape, right, our kids, or I want to say citizens, but we need to make them small. And this is because our parents, caregivers themselves didn't have those skills to show love and to create an environment that will let kids who are huge in their mission and soul to thrive. So the only thing they knew is diminishing that power to be able to control, to navigate you. So, and you heard a lot of that, putting you down, statements. And as child, we accepted them as true. And it's about time to go and revisit them. Is it really true? It's about time to go and revisit them. And this is one of the strategies they're going to give you. The other thing why is because you were judged as a child and your conditioned self observed that. I spoke about that, but I want to revisit it again. again, we're observing that without judgment. And since we observe that and it's running on autopilot in our subconscious mind as a program, imagine like it's an app that is running behind on your phone. And every time that you try to access something that is make you bigger and make you bigger, by develop yourself, every time when you do that, it comes up with the alert. No, you cannot, you will never succeed. What are you thinking about? Why even trying? So this app that is coming up, this is the app that today we're going to transform, because it's taking a lot of memory. It's taking a lot of the resources of your device. And those resources we would like to redirect somewhere where you really need more energy. So this is what we're going to do today. Something that I want to say in addition, that this program was created as a coping mechanism. It was created to help you. Maybe it's not helping now. Maybe some of the aspects of this program is harmful now, but originally the intention was good. The intention was to keep you safe in this world. So when we speak to our inner critic and we really want to know what is behind those statements that is bombarding us, we might find that it's a safety mechanism to keep us safe, not to get us hurt. So this is another strategy that I will ask you to do, to really talk to that at that level, not to discharge it, to say, no, you're not existing here. There is no place for you here. Every part of us that is inside of us has a purpose. It was created with purpose. And we want to know that purpose before we change things. Because with self-hypnosis, with hypnotherapy, we can change things pretty deep and we can change fast. So first we check what is going on. We want to understand. And sometimes after this realization, this understanding, there is no need to intervention. So let's look at those 3 strategies that I am offering you to see and to talk to your inner critic to redirect it. One more last thing before the strategies. Since we are not aware of that inner program and it was running for so long, our entire life, it was running there, it becomes so familiar that we don't know how it would be without it. To be without it is very unfamiliar life. We need to find in ourselves this new reality when inner critic is not that harmful. It will not diminish our power, our abilities, our gifts. So treat it, I don't want to say as addiction, but it is kind of an addiction because we're very much addicted to this way of thinking. So that being said, I want to go right now and offer you 4 different strategies. The first strategy is the most powerful one. Become aware of this program that is running in the background. Just become aware. Every time you hear it, now you're breaking the autopilot. And this is the most important. Those programs are powerful when we are not aware of them. The moment you're aware of it, it's a completely different ballgame. So listen to it, become aware of it. And when you become aware of it, you look at it from the distance. You disconnect yourself from that. You observe, you become an observer. This is number 1. Number 2, when you become an observer, you can go to the next step. As an observer, you can write down those phrases, you can write down those words and the situation, in what circumstances it's become activated, right? Now, again, when it starts with you are and blame and shame and putting you down, it's not even your realization. It's not a product of your consciousness. It's an observed a statement that you accepted in one moment, and you just can decide that you're not accepting it anymore, and you're replacing it with a different one. Now, this was number 2. Observe it, notice it, see if it's true, if it's really true. And if it's not, replace it with something that you like more. And this is a lot of a self-work here, because when we are working with beliefs, we can work in a deep state of trance. We can change. Here, it's the opposite around. We need to break the trance state, because everything there that runs on the subconscious mind without being aware, without us being aware of us, those are programming that we want to break. And to break them, we need to go in and really to understand what's going on. I'm inviting you to do this work for yourself. It's very rewarding. And when you start with 1 or 2 statements that you reverse, it's like a domino effect. It will automatically start reversing the rest, because the subconscious mind will see that it's good. Subconscious mind, remember, it's afraid of anything new. Anything new is frightening. It's better to repeat something that doesn't feel good, but we know the result. And here, when your subconscious see the result that it's good, it will automatically, because it's very smart and adaptive, will change the rest for you. Just start, just put your intention that this is what you want to do. The other thing is, as I said before, please go and talk to your inner critic. What is it protecting you from? And those statements, it will never be, you will never be able to do it. It will never work for you. Don't even try. You go and you ask, what are you protecting me from? And it will tell, I'm protecting you from failure. You failed before. It was so painful. I don't want you to experience any pain. And here you put ahead of your wise and loving part of you, and you talk to it like to a little child, that this is, if we will not fail and stand up and rise again, how can we grow? How can we learn? I'm with you. Don't worry, I'm not a little child anymore. And I'm capable and able of so much. Let me remind you, I did that, and here was a success. So you talk to it like you talk to 8 years old or younger. 8 years old or younger. I just had an interesting realization now in that moment. 8 years old or younger. Most of my clients, when we talk to the inner child that is wounded, and I would expect it's 2, 3, 4 years old, it's 8. It's so often than not 8 years old. And now I understand in that moment why. Because I remembered that at 8 years old, our critical minds start to form to protect our subconscious from interference. And in that moment, it's the whole, we completely change the way we see the world. And we start to understand that some things are not unfair. It's not just it's painful or it's happy. No, we understand that it's unfair. We start to ask question, why it's this way? Wow, no, it's something else. Let's come back to what we're doing here. The other thing, the other method to work with the inner critic is just to say a lot of positive reinforcement, the opposite reinforcement, because it was working on autopilot for so many years, so many times, millions, I don't know how many times it was repeating the same statement. So what we need to do is repeat the opposite statement all day long. It's a little bit difficult, but think if you don't need to repeat it. You can just put the statement that you want it to be now as a sticky note somewhere that is visible in your bathroom when you brush your teeth next to your computer, and just by looking at that without even subliminally, those are subliminal suggestions that we're giving to ourselves. So use that as a tool as well. So it's like crowd the airways. So there is no even space to stick this negative belief, because everything you surround yourself with, it's a lot of work. But if you do it as a subliminal things, you surround yourself with that. This is wonderful. One of my colleague, she said she puts it on the ceiling, and every time she wakes up, this is the first thing that she sees. So it's a good thing, because when we wake up in this very moment, 5-10 minutes, we are extremely suggestible. This is the state that we create in hypnotherapy office by using techniques. This exact state, when you just 10 minutes after you wake up or 10 minutes before you go to sleep. And the last one that I like the most is the unconditional love that you surround yourself with. And this is what we do the most in our 6 months course that I'm inviting you to inquire about that. It's amazing transformational work, and results are just huge for people. And what we do, one of the things that we do, we connect our spiritual connection. And our spiritual connection, or our higher self, aspect of higher self, our wise, loving adult, they love us unconditionally. And the more we are in that love, inner critic just melts into that. It dissolves. There is no space for inner criticism. The way we learn, the way we experience unconditional love from our spiritual connection, we start to mimic this love into our environment. And when we mimic and we reflect this love into our environment, because we learn that this is possible, this interaction is possible too, and it's enjoyable, and we want our loved ones to experience the same, this unconditional acceptance. And of course, this mimics back to us. Our world is giving us back, because what we sow, this is what we reap, we receive it back. And this circle, this beautiful circle of unconditional love, we not just our inner critic melt, but as a parents, we are completely different parents to our kids. And we stop implanting those negative beliefs in them. And you see how they start to bloom. And as this is what I wanted to say. Here I want to stop, because I want to remind you those methods that we spoke today. The first one is to identify your inner critic. This is the big one. The second one is dialogue with it, speak with it. What is it protecting you from? And number three is just speak too much of the positive, opposite statements to crowd the airways, so there is no space to put the negative belief. Connect to your spiritual connection, to embed this unconditional acceptance of you, every part of you. And this is what we translate to our environment, to our kids, to our loved ones, to our friends in our workplace. It's a process that we start with ourselves first. But when we are in that, it becomes our second nature, we start beaming this light all around, even without us consciously wanting to do it. It just happens. And the last thing that I want to tell you, you can say to your inner critic after you did those steps, or somewhere in the middle, when you feel confident, you can say, what would you rather do? Imagine there is no need to protect me and tell me that I'm gonna fail every time I want to try something new. Or when I make mistake to beat me down, there is no need for that anymore. And what would you rather do? Would you like to take some creative work, maybe to write, maybe to paint, maybe to travel, maybe to create new plans in your, how to rearrange your house? Because imagine inner critic, it's a very critical mind, and critical mind can do so much. It can plan, it can calculate. So just ask in your meditation your inner critic to take a different role and embrace it, and sometimes revisit and say, good job, like you're saying to a child, good job, you're doing great. So this is all that I wanted to say today. I left you today with a good homework. Listen to your inner critic, talk to it. What is it protecting you from? And give it a new job after you explain that now this is already, there is no vacancy like that. Now you need to think about a new job, and I'm offering you, I'm taking you on a new mission. Thank you, everybody. Was a pleasure. Talk to me, please, and write your new realizations. If you, this will really support everyone in the group, because people can be very shy, especially extra sensitive people. But when they see that someone is creating something new for their inner critic to do, new idea, a new verbiage that you give them instead, write it down. There is a huge ripple effect in this group. It's a closed group, and every comment and every success and every victory that you have, when you share it with a group, with someone else, there is a huge ripple effect and help for others. So I'm leaving you with that. Thank you. It was a pleasure being here with you today. And someone who is listening in the replay, please comment as well. I always go and I read all the comments. It's important for me to your feedback. Thank you. Bye-bye.